arrived in Tokyo about a year ago, and I had met a journalist, and he told me that Otomo was definitely the person to go and check out in Tokyo, the most happening new music performer. So I went to see Otomo playing, and he introduced me to Kato, who was actually playing that night as well. And I heard them, and they just blew my head off. So I approached them and suggested we do some playing together, which we did, and we did some recording and stuff in Tokyo. And I just had the idea to that these guys definitely should come down to Australia and get together with Michael and myself, and so Peril developed. In a way, it's like, maybe you could call it collage music, or without wanting to sound academic, I guess it's definitely music from the postmodern kind of age, like we assemble things and disassemble them and put them together. I think the main influence is that we're all improvising musicians, but we don't really have much affinity or with the jazz sort of side of that. Maybe we draw on hard rock influences a lot more than jazz, but mainly improvisation, I think, is the main element.
My background is not simple, so my first instrument was piano, and then I played guitar, and then one day I picked up one bass on the street, and then I became a bassist, because bass has a very wide range, and yeah, so very complicated. Sometimes I use computer, and sometimes I use language. I cut off or collage of Japanese language. Sometimes I just scream.
I use a normal drum kit, and I have a thing called a cat, which is a MIDI-triggered percussion device, somewhat like an octopad, but it's set out like a keyboard, or maybe like an electric marimba or xylophone. And from that I trigger samples and drum machine things from like an array of pedals, and sometimes the drums have triggers on them that also go into the sampler and my delay. And I put all this through a little mixer, which I control while playing.
I do not understand. How much will it cost?
From Great White Noise in the early 80s, Michael moved back to Melbourne, where he's from, and did a lot of sort of experimental industrial music. He had a band called Trans Waste that happened, and more recently he was involved with No, Ollie Olsen's band No, which led to Max Q, which he was a member with Michael Hutchins, etc. And now at the moment he also has a trio called Dumb and the Ugly, which is I think he calls it cosmic grunge music. Michael has great grounding in sort of heavy rock and hardcore music, which is it's great for the band. It really centres it and gives it an earthing. It's fantastic. He's a great sound sculpturist. I think he's possibly the most amazing guitar player in Australia.
And the small CD player sometimes, and he plays self-made guitar. That is great neck and crookboard body and like this. And then he plays normal guitar sometimes. Sometimes I call this kind of music hyper mixture music, very hyper mixture. For Japanese, it's very natural thing to mix many things. Some people say Japanese copies many things, rock or jazz, but mixture is our style.
I do not understand. How much will it cost?